Hey, it's another super quick video. This is to answer Laurie's question. She had a question about the bottom or the last layer. When flipping the corners, sometimes they either wouldn't flip right or they would wind up in some other place. So the thing to know, first of all, I don't have my good cube. Unfortunately, this might be an actual Rubiks brand, but it's very like you have to be right on point to turn it. Otherwise, it's very stiff. It's not like the other one where you turn it from here and it just flicks, So, anyways, you have to excuse that. So once you do the one move, because hers was specifically, her question was specifically for flipping the yellow corners up. Okay, so if I start with white and I do my 2 layers, once you do the bottom layer, and you get all the corners in place, meaning green, orange, yellow here, green, blue here, blue, red here, and red, green here. Once they're in place, and you do the move that I'm going to show you that you do to just flip these around, these 4 should never go out of place. Okay, even if you mess this up and you have to do it again, these 4 should always stay in place. Okay, if you mess these 4 up or they come out of place and you have to go back a step and do it to place the cubes first. But this is after they're in the right spot, they're just not flipped up yellow. Okay, so the first thing you do is you look for one yellow cube that's facing up. If you have any other, let me try to mess it up. So this barely turns this thing. Okay, here's a situation where there's none. Okay, they're all in the right spot. Okay, this is in the right place, the right place, the right place, the right place. None of them are flipped up, so you can't put a yellow one in the corner. That's fine. All you have to do is keep doing the same pattern until you have 1 cube up, okay? And that pattern is drop the front, or drop the right, flick the bottom, bring the right back up, okay? So all you're doing is going down, flicking it, and bringing it back up. Then flicking the bottom again, okay? Then dropping the right, the empty one, and flicking the bottom twice to line the white back up. 1, 2, it's lined up. Then you flick it back. Then you look and see what you got. Now I have 1. If I had 2, I would have just done it again, either with maybe the 2 on top. I mean, you can experiment. You can try, the 2 on the side, the 2. Eventually, by doing the same pattern, 2 things important are going to happen. 1, you're never going to mess up the location of them. In other words, this is orange and green. So if I spin this one to orange and green, there it is. These 4, orange, blue, blue, red, green, red, will always be in the right spot. Okay? And the second thing is, if you keep doing that pattern, eventually you're going to wind up with 1 yellow face up and 3 wrong. When you have this situation, you simply take the 1 corner cube that's right, and you put it in the upper left, okay, like this. And then you simply do the same pattern again. And once you do that, once you get here, that's basically it, okay? Once you do the next flip, 2 things are going to happen. Either it's going to leave you with one up again, or it's going to solve the whole thing. And it's getting a little advanced, but the way you can tell that is by this here. I can tell because this yellow is facing up. Okay, it's not facing, if it was facing this way, it would take 2 moves. Because it's facing up, it's only going to take 1, and all the corners are going to flip right side up. So I keep my right in the corner, and I do it again. And all of them face up, see? Matter of fact, the cube's solved. Then you just, so let me mess it up again a little bit, just by doing that same pattern, okay? So I have 1, let's try to get something different, like 2. This thing is so hard to work. None again. Let me do it a 3rd time. Okay, there's 2. So, obviously it's not going to work until I have 1. I have to have 1. So when I have this, doesn't really matter. I can go here, I can go here. Just pick one. I'll just go here. So I'll do the same pattern again. drop the right, flick the bottom, back up, flick the bottom, drop the right, flick, flick to line it back up, and now I got 2. Let me do it again. Without turning it, I'll just do it again right in place here. Same pattern. Look up, now I have 1. See, it usually only takes a couple times. What do I do when I have 1? I put it in the upper right. Now this time, remember last time the yellow face was up? This time it's facing to the right, which tells me that what? It's not going to take 1 time, it's going to take 2 times. If it's facing to the right, you have to do it twice. If it's facing up, you have to do it once. So when I do it once, when it's to the right, it's going to be facing up, and then once more to equal the 2 times, it's going to solve it. So watch. I leave this in the upper corner, do the same pattern, drop the right, flick the bottom, bring the right back, flick the bottom again, drop the right, flick, flick, and line it back up. And I look, and I still have 1. Remember, it's going to take 2. I put it back in the corner. That might be the point where if you have to do it twice, and you did it once, and it came here, and you simply set it back and started doing it again, that's what I'm thinking is happening, is you have to put it back in that corner, okay? So you have to reorient so it's in the upper left again. But this time, this is facing up. So now when I do it, it is going to flip them all correct. So drop the right, flick the bottom, back up, flick the bottom, drop, flick, flick, back up. And there they all go. They're all flipped. So that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, and then to solve the rest of it, I know it's kind of unrelated to that, but these corners I won't mess with. Now I just do that around the world pattern, in which case from this I can, none of them are right, so I can start anywhere. And I have 1 solid, maybe I'll do this. So drop the middle, flick, bring it back, flick, flick, drop the middle, flick, bring it back. Boom, the whole thing's solved. So that's it with the corners. If you have any other questions, let me know. I think I addressed what your question was, so let me know.